You're about to watch a video about education. Is it getting better or is it getting worse? Come on, let's find out.
It's very important for students to get a quality education, especially if they are planning on going to a secondary school like college. But even having a high school education, it's important if they want to get into some sort of trade like electrical or starting their own business, because your high school education helps to build your future.
Basically, if you want to know what I really think, I think that everyone in charge of making the decisions that kind of dictate what happens in our education system, I'm talking about above principals and superintendents, I'm talking about like the big leaders that could actually change things. Some of them are just ignorant and they don't know anything about education because they never taught, so the decisions they make are baloney. And a significant amount of other people making decisions, they don't want things to change, because if we didn't have schools that were kind of set up to fail, then who would work at Walmart? And for this society to keep going, we need failures. So the school, I mean, classes are boring, they're not stimulating, they don't make you think outside the box. You fill out the worksheets, you fill out the tests, and it's kind of like it's nobody's fault in the school, because if the teacher doesn't do it, they get fired. If the principal doesn't do it, they get fired. If the kids don't play along, they fail. So it's frustrating, but I still love teaching.
I feel 100% responsible as to how well my students perform, because I know that if I'm not teaching to my best ability, they're not learning to their best ability.
When it's not wrestling season, yeah. Otherwise, during wrestling season, I do a lot of grading in class because there's no time to. I mean, think about it. Think about how much you got to do as a teacher if you want, especially if you want to be a good teacher. You wake up at 6 a.m. You're at school by 6:50 because you got to set up your lesson and everything. You get out of your lesson, you get out of school at 2:15. Then you have practice, driving kids home, doing the laundry and everything. We'll say 7 o'clock usually I get home by. Eat dinner, shower, it's 8. So then, I mean, I'd like to go to bed then, honestly, but then you have to grade and lesson plan. And if you're a first-year teacher like me, you have to lesson plan pretty much every night, think of it. So it gets draining. So that 3-4 hours dedicated to wrestling was a lot. So yeah, not that responsible during wrestling. Usually I'm pretty on top of my stuff though. Usually.
There would be a number of things I would change, but I think in every school district, we all need to change, because we can't move forward without change. There are some processes that are in place in all school districts, not just this school district, that are just very retired and old and don't work for our new generation, because our new generation is so advanced, especially in technology, especially with knowing things that are going on. We kind of need to keep going forward towards that movement so that we are up to date with our students, so that they are working to their best potential as well as the rest of the teachers.
Easy answer. I would pull out of these wars, or even maybe after a year or two, finish them responsibly so we don't leave the people that we screwed over in the Middle East hanging. And then I would take all that money that was going to war and I would put it into making actual school facilities bigger, so you could have more classrooms and hire more teachers, so then no teacher has a group bigger than 8.
So it's more of a focused education.
Yeah, I mean, if you look at my honors classes, alright, most of them started under 15. Period 4 is at 25 now, and those original, I think there was 12 in that class, the original 12 is so frustrating, because when the class was 12 for the first 2 weeks of the school year, we had awesome lessons, interesting conversations, it was fun. I could be a really laid back teacher because there's only 12 kids. I don't really care if you shout out didn't matter. As it gets to be 25, if you have kids that laid back, nothing will get done. Everyone's talking. There's not enough room. I don't have enough desks. So, and you can't establish a relationship with that many kids. There's kids I completely ignore. It sucks. I feel bad, but I mean, what am I supposed to do? So, I would make small classes. Bang. I think that would solve a lot of problems.
So, what's your name?
R.I.P.I.
What school do you go to?
London High School in Connecticut.
How do you like your school, man?
School's pretty good. It's a little, like, the public system's pretty good here. It's just the teachers and the other things. It's not as connected as I wish it was.
Now it brings us to our next question. How do you like the teachers around here?
There's certain teachers in our school that know how to, like, talk to people, but other people, they're not really into it. Other teachers aren't really into participating and really feeling, like, the love that you really need from the teacher.
You might want to stop because kids are coming down from
Do you like the kids here?
The kids are alright. A little bad, a little selfish, yummy.
Someone please save us.